the first day of EP India 2018. Here we stand in front of the biggest stall, one of the biggest stalls, the innovators who have been innovating in the SiC segment and in power semiconductors and EV segment lately. We are over here at ROHM stall. Here with me is Mr. Niranjan, who's going to give us a demo about what they have brought to this time at EP India 2018.
So this year at Electronica, we are focusing on automotive solutions, in particular to EV and also for two-wheeler. So today you would see here the SiC technology, which is the core for electronics inside an EV. So compared to the normal silicon, SiC has its benefits for switching losses and also better power consumption. So shall we move on to the demos?
So what's too specific about these products what you have been developed?
So ROHM partnerships with EV, which is Formula E. That's an EV race with a company or a team called Venturi. So Venturi is in the top 5 segment for the EV race. And the first generation, what you see here in season 2, is totally silicon-based technology. And you can see the size and the power consumption, which is again very, very minimal. Then moved on to season 3, which was in 2016. So they started using ROHM's SiC Schottky barrier diodes. So this gives a boost in efficiency. And moving on from last year and season 4, there's a total SiC power module which goes into this inverter. So it quenches lesser battery for the same power. So they get a better mileage. And SiC for Formula E, or the Formula E as such, is not for only speed. So how you conserve the battery power and how many laps you can come is the winning point. So ROHM's SiC devices for EV will be the best suited one, I believe.
So how do you tailor these products for Indian market? Are you just planning something for the Indian market, but India is also giving a big boost to e-vehicles and HEVs. So how are you looking forward to it?
So I call that from race to road. So coming to the road, yes, definitely EVs will also be using SiC. And we are targeting for the upcoming market in India. For EV, we call it as XEV. It can be a pure EV or a hybrid EV. So pure EV definitely has much more minutes using SiC devices. And a hybrid has its own cost balance. So firstly, they might start with silicon, but definitely they will move on in future for SiC.
So what are the next developments what we can see through the to your stall right now?
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on from power devices here to analog technologies. So ROHM is analog power company. So here we have some advanced analog power devices, starting from automotive grade operational amplifiers, which are very good in noise reduction. And this is again for EVs, particularly hybrid vehicles, which run on 48 volt batteries. So normal 48 volt battery needs a dual conversion. First to 12, then basically to 3.3. But ROHM takes care of this with a single conversion from right from 48 all the way to 3.3. So that's world's first, what we have released, and this is very popular in XEV market.
So what's the next development? What is the show catcher this time at 2018? One of the show catchers from many of them.
Here we see this for infotainment. Everyone loves to drive a car, but I want to listen to Bollywood when I drive the car. So moving on, infotainment is moving from all the needle meters from your mirrors to totally panels. So here this is a center panel, and on the left is just assume that it's your left mirror, and this is on the right mirror. So ROHM partners with MCU companies like Renesas, Intel to make power management LSIs. So today we have a power management IC which is running on Renesas chipset. So here you can see with all these ADAS and other functions. So these panel controllers are run by this chipset. So apart from this, ROHM has LCD panel ICs. For example, PMIC IC, T-cons, gate drivers. So these are very important. But as you know, once you move on from analog meters to panel meters, you have a doubt of reliability. So what happens if this panel conks off? You still need your speedometer and other basic functions to be displayed. So that we call it a safety function. So ROHM is the first company to give you a fail detection reaction example. So you still are safe driving in front of these panels, not worrying about a blank screen in front of you.
So do you think India is one of the biggest markets for two-wheeler vehicles, and we need e-clusters for two vehicles. So do you think to digitalize the two-wheeler market as well? Like you've been working with that?
Pretty much on the front here, now we have started working for two-wheelers for LED lighting. So let me take on to you. So these are the tail lamps which go into two-wheelers. We give total, from bench to total solutions. So its time to market is less than 3 months. So we aid the engineers to develop the most efficient solutions. So coming back to your e-meters or for two-wheelers, yes, it is picking up. Once the hybrid type of vehicles or pure electric vehicles come, they don't need, analog meters. They'll be moving on to the digital meters, which are basically LCD. So similar technologies, what you have seen there for LCD and the chipsets, those can be used for two-wheelers too.
So what's the next attraction at your booth?
Okay, next attraction is this one. So this is our buck LED driver or matrix switch. So this, as you know, India roads have prone to many accidents. So one of the reason is I have seen my friends, they don't dim the lights or dip the lights when they are on the highways. So this is the automatic lighting control. So as you move, when the vehicle comes in, so you can see the lighting changes its pattern. So that means you will have an auto dipper whenever there is a vehicle moving towards you, and you will go to full brightness once he has passed over. So this, we think, can save lots of lives on Indian roads.
This will be one of the game changers for Indian market for sure. So anything else what we can just look forward to the ROHM booth this time?
For this time, again, moving on to here, this is IPD or Intelligent Power Device. So the name says that it is intelligent. So the normal power devices, which are safety function in any automotive, so these devices are getting more and more inside an automotive system. So this product, we think, can add value and also safety to the Indian automotive market.
So talking about the all-round EV market and how the government has been giving a push, talking about 2030 is the deadline. How you think the EV market will be proliferating in this scenario?
I'm very a small guy to comment on a very big country's EV's strategy, but the traction has been started.
Majorly in the Auto Expo also, we saw like companies like Maruti, Tata, all coming up, rushing with this EV factor. So this will give a passively give a boost to the companies like you also. How you just look into it?
No, we definitely have a very optimistic view about the EVs market in India because it has to come someday, but why not tomorrow? So that's the question. Only thing is that two things. First, EV market for India may not start from the private car user point of view. It might start from fleet management. You take taxis, you take fleets. So there is a bigger advantage of EVs. Then slowly the general market will try to have that infrastructure ready by that time. And they will start buying the EVs for their own use. So we see this trend probably happening in another 5 to 7 years. And definitely India needs EV. And India can be an example for other countries who are still struggling to become totally electric, where they have started like 8 years back, but they are unable to achieve that 100% electric.
To also understand, how was the shift from contemporary silicon to SiC? What kind of design challenges did you face to this transition?
So Rome, we started 2001, starting developing SiC together with Kyoto University and other partners. So those times it was very primitive. And the market demand, for example, EV or solar was not much there. But we foresaw that almost now 17 years back and thought that we should be there as an analog power company, SiC, and the GaN devices will be the next generation. So we started development there and we brought the products by 2007 into the market. And it started firstly with PV solar, then now the EV is giving the thrust boost for SiC. We are now increasing our production capacities by almost 300% by 2025. So we invested close to $600 million onto that. And we are one of the only 4 makers who make SiC right from the ingot all the way to the wafer. So that gives us an advantage for technical advancements, and we are developing more newer devices into that.
For talking about this time EP India, what kind of traction did you get in the first day of EP India 2018?
It was great. Normally it used to be a soft start all these years in our participation, but this year we saw a surge on the first day itself. We were running out of kits, so I was ordering extra kits. So that means that we are running very good with the start. I hope that the next following 2 days will be same, or I expect Friday to be the boom. So definitely there's a good response. Yeah.
This was Mr. Niranjan from ROHM. It's well-known person from talking about from silicon to SiC, the shift what they have made ROHM gradually, and today they are the pioneers working on the SiC technology. That's all for now. Stay tuned.